there's no way I'm the only one feeling these feelings or going through these things at this pivotal time in my life. Am I really living out my purpose? Have I fully discovered if I have a purpose? Is there a purpose? What is the purpose? I've questioned a lot of these things and norms and get that. Removing the pressure of having to duplicate my past in order to feel safe. Welcome back to my vlog. My name is Lillian Hernandez, but you can call me Lily like the flower because we're learning and growing together. So, as you may or may not have known, I've been kind of just hitting record and just talking to the camera. As you see from the subject or the title of this video, I'm talking about starting over at 40 years old. So in April 2024, I turned 40. And leading up to closing out my 30s, being in my 30s, and accepting and embracing this new decade of life, my 40s, and being a couple months in now, I know for some people age may just be a number. For myself, I'm very big on milestones and clean starts, fresh starts, new mindsets, improving personal development, things of that nature. So coming into my 40s, I was very excited. I was very just open to all of the possibilities that can come with this new time in my life, this new era, this new phase. And the older I got, the more I worked on myself. And when I say worked on myself, I mean in-depth coaching, therapy, journaling, praying, trusting in myself. Learning how to truly trust myself has been the biggest journey of them all. Because I think it's so easy for me, and I can only speak for myself in this vlog. I'm just hitting record. I have a few notes that I want to talk about, but for the most part, I'm just talking from my heart. So if it goes a few different directions, bear with me. Again, I'm using these vlogs kind of like a journal in my journey, because starting over, or what feels like a fresh start, is a big deal. And I think it's important to document it. But at the same time, I also know there's no way I'm the only one feeling these feelings or going through these things at this pivotal time in my life. So, being that I'm in my 40s now, brand new. I mean, shout out to everyone that's already been here. But again, I'm big on milestones and fresh starts. So, being that I've been self-employed for the last 6.5 years, that I left a comfortable, well, financially comfortable job. The job itself was not comfortable, and I've talked about that many times. But as I've progressed over the years and, again, done extensive work on myself, I've realized that I've kind of hit a wall. I'm at a standstill in my business, in my personal development, in my finances. Nothing's really taking off, but at the same time, it feels like it's just kind of declining. And considering even all of the work I've done, the personal development, coaching, therapy, prayer, all of that, right? And just trying to find like-minded people, I've realized that who I was got me this far, but who I will be and desire to be and need to be it just requires so much more care, so much more love and action and work. So much more work, because overall, everything that I've done up until this point to accomplish the goals that I wanted to accomplish, to do the things that I said I was going to do, I did it. And as much as I kind of want to just coast through this part of my life, there's a big part of me that doesn't feel like that's the route I should be taking, or that's the mindset that I should have. Is it the easier one? Yeah, of course. But is it where I need to rely on and stay in? No. So I'm, in a sense, starting over. And where I was in this last decade was probably I'm just completely different from who I was in the last decade, and that's good. That I think self-improvement is a great quality. I think it's a huge asset to life and existence, because again, I keep hitting a wall. Like talking to this camera now, I feel like I'm kind of just standing at the wall. I stopped hitting it. There was a point where I just kept running into the wall and not stopping until I tried to make some breakthrough, but the wall was way stronger than me. So I've been spending the last couple of weeks really, and I'll talk about this couple of weeks, talking about what I've been doing to understand what type of person that I need to be in this new stage of my life, in this new phase of my life, because it's definitely going to require so much more of me, and to dig deeper. And that's something that I haven't really done in a long time. Meaning, I didn't really know what it is I wanted to accomplish or the goals that I have, because for me, I've scaled down so much of my life. I've stripped away so much. I've learned what enough is, to the point where it's almost like I was doing nothing. I was doing nothing new. I was doing nothing. Like nothing was inspiring me or motivating me. It was also very mundane. And I was just kind of going through the motions, trying to find anything to excite me without having to stretch myself or to stray too far away from the path that I'm already on. But I know deep down that I'm in a place where I need to start veering off of this path into a whole new, I don't even think it's a road anymore. I think it's a whole new highway. It's a whole new freeway. It's a whole new direction. And that, I haven't felt this uncomfortable in a long time. And because I was in such a comfortable state, meaning, all right, well, work is pretty decent. It could be better. I'm consistent with my workouts. I'm not eating as much as I used to. I don't go out as much. I do my best to have as much fun as well as possible. I travel. I have my loved ones, right? But then when I'm here sitting alone and thinking about, am I really living out my purpose? Have I fully discovered if I have a purpose? Is there a purpose? What is the purpose? I've questioned a lot of these things and norms, and it's kind of just come down to, like, one, my mental health is key, right? I will always prioritize my mental health. But prioritizing your mental health doesn't mean just sitting on the couch all day, scrolling on TikTok, scrolling on Instagram, or doing the same thing over and over with no progress, or without moving towards something bigger. When you feel it, when I feel there's something bigger for me, the habits and the routines, the mindsets that I had yesterday aren't going to help me today or tomorrow. So realizing, one, I can't do this alone, right? I've been doing this solo for almost 7 years now. And even the couple years prior to that, it was just me with my head down, locked in and focused. So it's like almost a decade of just kind of doing everything solo dolo, which to a certain point is fine. But when I know deep down there's something bigger that I need to be either exploring or doing, I can't do that just sitting in my office all day, or sitting in my house all day, or wallowing even in my own despair or regrets or shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and truly just getting out of my own way. Money has become a pushing factor in this. I'm so grateful for past me that has saved money, because this year and a half has been the biggest, was one of 2023 was the toughest year of my business, of my mental health, of everything. Simply because I got into a lot of debt. And we're going to talk about what my plan is to pay off my debt in future videos. But the feeling of running out of money or not making money quick enough to keep up with my expenses, learning new ways to budget, to feel about my money, to trust my money, to trust that something's going to come in, or just be settled and I'm going to just live off of my savings, is a journey in itself that requires its own separate video. But right now I'm just learning to be thankful, to be grateful, and continuously thinking of future me. What does that look like 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 6 months from now? It's the middle of the year, and although I can't control any of this, I can have some sort of, I can embrace the power that I do have to stay focused on what I deem is important, or what God has in store for me. And even being still enough to listen to what God has in store for me, for my business, for me personally, financially, physically, mentally, emotionally. And trusting that even right now, as I'm documenting this whole journey, trusting that I'm going to be just fine. It's working out. Not it's going to work out. It is working out actively as I speak. The fact that I can sit here and talk to a camera as part of my business, as part of ways to generate income for myself, like that alone, I'm so grateful for, and I don't know what's ahead, but I think it's important that I document this process. So being that I'm in my 40s and I'm still running my business, but there are other avenues I want to explore. There are other areas and communities I want to branch out to and help people in their business, help people in their real estate business. It was 4th of July yesterday, so that's what all those explosions have been in the background. But again, going back to just helping others, being of service, continuously trusting myself, persevering, and just living and giving glory to God. I think that's what I need to focus on, and allow time and space to hear what I'm supposed to be doing, and be still. Go back to journaling, go back to going for walks, every day, or at least a few times a week, for even just 20 minutes. It makes such a difference in my clarity, in my focus, in the direction. Because sometimes I just find myself sitting in my house longer than I'm actually outside, which is why, if you know me personally, my life is very extreme. It's 0 or 100. There's no 2 in between. It's very much 0 or 100. I'm either in the house or like kayaking on the Pacific Ocean. Like it's a true story. It's what I did last week. So finding that gray space, that gray area, that happy medium-ish, and then really just staying aligned with what I'm supposed to be doing, and learning what that is, and removing the pressures of having to duplicate my past in order to feel safe. Let me repeat that. Removing the pressure of having to duplicate my past in order to feel safe. Patience, peace, and perseverance are my priorities. Resistance versus ease. Not everything's going to be easy, but I pray that the journey to discovering what it is I'm supposed to be doing and the path I'm supposed to be on, or maybe I'm already on it, brings more ease than resistance. So, with all that said, thank you for listening. If you made it this far, there will be another video. But in the meantime, hit that subscribe button. I also have a Patreon. It's the first 10 members get it for $7 a month. After that, it is $10. So go there, subscribe, join the community. You can join for free, but you won't get access on the back end to the more live, direct interactions with me, as well as the community. And thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Again, I'm just going to be hitting record. It's like kind of like a red button series where I just talk. I'm going to have topics for the next 10 episodes where I'm just kind of documenting this journey towards the bigger and better, not even better, because my life is amazing, but it's more so towards what it is I'm actually working towards and those I can help along the way. So if this resonates with you and you made it this far in the video, thank you. Hit that subscribe button. Please drop a comment as well if there was a certain part of the video that resonated with you, or if you have any questions about my journey or you want to talk about your journey, feel free to share. Thank you for sharing. As well as if you want to meet with me one-on-one, I offer coaching. And if you want to talk about transaction coordination, I have a lot of videos as well as a podcast. You can go to transactioncare.com or just go to the podcast tab. It's all there. It all lives there. And if you want to join my Patreon, it's in the description of this video. But until then, thank you for watching. And the next episode is going to be about auditing my life. So we just talked about starting over at 40. The next one, auditing my life. Thank you for watching. Talk soon. Care for yourself, care for your wealth. Your time is worth it. Let's coordinate. Talk soon. Maybe I'll do a new outro. We'll see.